guys, welcome back. Today we're working on the awning. We're going to be putting some LED lights on all of the arms. So I've already got this kind of started since last week, but I bought these, technically they're orange LEDs, but I couldn't find any amber LEDs, so this is what we're using. I'll leave a link in the description below of all the parts we're using, but I got 3 LED strips, which was perfect. I did cut off a little bit of each one, but not a big deal. It covered every single arm on the awning. So down on this end, I have a weatherproof connector. Not that this is weatherproof, but these come in a huge bag, so you can't get just the one. But I use that to connect all of these strips on this end. And then there's another side to this, which, so we can hide that up in there, and then when we go to connect it, I'll be able to connect it right here. So I'm running the wire through the frame of the canopy. If you look on the end, so there's some holes that go all the way through, and I've got some glow rods that I use for work, so that can go all the way down. So I'm going to be running wire through the canopy rail here to connect that side to this side. Main reason I'm running it all the way to the front is there's not really a pathway for the wire to go the other direction without being exposed, you know, completely throughout the camper. So what I'm doing is running the wire along the top and then down the front with some wire molding, and then I'll go underneath and back up inside the camper to the existing switches. Okay, so on this end I need to connect our connector that connects. So there's male and female side, and they just connect together like that. And then when we go to fold up the awning, we can disconnect it, fold these up in here so they're kind of out of the way. So for the feed side, I'm just going to use some butt connectors to connect these together. I'm just using red butt connectors. It's not the fanciest way of doing things, but you know, it works. So nice out, everybody's out doing chores. It's kind of loud out here. Okay, so we have our connection here. I'm going to go ahead and pull back some of this wire. We've got the connector kind of hidden under the zipper there, so when we go to roll that up, we can get it nice and kind of tucked up in there. I just need to strip these back a little bit, get a little bit more room to work with. Charlie. My neighbor likes to cuss. So do I, but you know.
Pretty pissed right now,
I guess. Okay. I think I made those too long. That's probably good. Fucking.
What's the difference between blue and red butt
the
connectors.
size.
Oh.
If you watched the previous video, you saw that we ran some extra wire, and that's this project that we did that for. So if you want to see how we got the wire from outside to inside of the camper, check that video out. I'll leave a link in the corner and down in the description. So what I'm going to try to do is get this wire under the skid plate and fish it underneath to the other side so it's not exposed. Picked up this wire molding, and I'm hoping to, since this is an outside corner, I hope I'll get the wire through there and use some heat to bend it to get it to conform to this corner. So I cleaned off, well, clean it again, but just use some alcohol on the aluminum there so this will stick. So I just took this little piece right here and cut a little notch out of it so the one that goes under the camper can butt up against there, and then maybe we can fill that a little bit. Oh. Apparently the back door is open.
Hi, Max.
So I'm gonna have another bend right here, and then the wire can go up and over. And just again cleaning everything with alcohol so it'll stick. I guess there's a lip. I don't think it's gonna stick to any of that. Okay, so I'm putting on the other end of... I need a beer.
Okay, I'll go get you.
Alright, so I still need to finish up tacking the wire up back in there, but I'm going to put some of that wire cover under there, but I want to kind of finish hooking this up for now. So inside of the storage cubby there is a grounding block here, so I've already gone ahead and connected our negative wire to our ground block, and then the red wire goes along here and then in through a hole that's already in there. Inside of the camper in this cabinet there is a hole in this corner, so I'm going to zip tie that wire down to the existing wires, and then back in this corner, if you want to take a look, so this is where all the wires run that Mission Overland runs. So you can see my red wire in there, and I've ran it through the two grommets to get into the cabinet here. And then I've already shut off power at the battery to pull out the converter. And then our wire goes in through this kind of electrical no man's land in here, and then up into this cabinet here, and there's a little grommet back in this corner right behind the switch panel. So they actually give us 2 extra switches here that, well, I have the battery off, but these aren't hooked to anything, so we have 2 extra switches, which is nice. They didn't just leave it blank. I have a little terminal kit, so I've got a female connector which will go on the end of this wire, and these switches are already wired from the factory, so all I have to do is put this on the end of this, plug it into the switch, and then test it out. Alright, so we have our little wire connector there. So I'm just connecting the wire to the middle terminal on the switch because it's already wired with the negative and positive wires for the switch itself. So down in the front cubby there's a battery. It's a circuit breaker, so I just hit that to disconnect the battery. So we'll go ahead and reconnect the battery. We have power, so our second to last switch here should be our canopy lights. Let's go ahead and give it a try.
Oh, let there be light, guys!
So basically, just to finish off this project, I wrapped the connections in just some black wire tape or black electrical tape. Make it look a little bit better. And then what's kind of neat about this setup is if we don't want a ton of light but just a little bit over by the cooking area, I can unplug this and lose all this light, but over here I still have these 2 strips of light over here. It's not too bad of a project, but we'll come back, show you all this at nighttime. I don't really want to leave the camper out all night because I just want to go to bed, but I guess we'll wait till it gets a little bit darker, update you on this. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Kind of a, I don't know, a little bit of a project because we had to run all that wire from inside the camper, but it wasn't too bad. As always, I'll leave all the product links in the description below if you want to check out the lights and connectors and all that stuff. If you guys have any questions, leave them down in the comments below. Make sure you stay tuned, hit that like button, hit subscribe. See you on the next video.